One take, one take. This is NBA One Take featuring yours truly, Pretty Boy Lakers. This is NBA One Take for your head, NBA One Take for your brain. Coming to you live from my home. This is NBA One Take, May 21st, 2025. Game one of the Western Conference Finals between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Minnesota Timberwolves. A high stakes matchup led by two of the biggest young stars in the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander versus Anthony Edwards. And game one, it just seemed like both teams got the jitters. You know, SGA was struggling in the first half, and it just seems like the teams get that game one jitters, right? Get that game one jitters, and it just seemed like possibly this game is going to fare in Minnesota Timberwolves' favor because in a lot of third quarters this postseason, Oklahoma City Thunder has not fared well. And we know that Minnesota does play good in the fourth. It's a little different. Oklahoma City Thunder exploded in the third quarter. And then in the fourth, blew the game open, smashed them. And Anthony Edwards only shot one time in the fourth quarter. Maybe the injury that he sustained in the game, that ankle injury maybe limit him, but he was just saying that every time he saw the gaps of trying to get to the paint, they was there. There was always someone there, two or three people there in the paint protecting. And he said he got to make the adjustments. SGA made the adjustments as well. Making sure he operate in his space, hitting shots that he needs to hit. And other guys they're just being very aggressive, forcing turnovers and things of that nature. And the Timberwolves just couldn't knock down shots that they normally do, like Naz Reid and Dante DiVincenzo. They had great looks, and they just wasn't able to do it. Rudy Gobert was a non-factor in this game, as well as Mike Conley. And Antman struggled in the second half, and this is what it is. Julius Randle had a great night. He had 28 and 8, but that's it. And it's a game one, right? Adjustments is going to be made game two. I know Chris Finch is going to make adjustments with his team, how to have them attack and do certain things. How they going to attack the defense. So they'll make adjustments. But OKC, man, they looking good. They looking good. Shai had 31 and 9 finish. He had 11 points, but the second half he stepped up big. Jalen Williams with 19 and 8, and Chet Holmgren had 15. We'll see. We'll see. I can't rule too much about the game one because I saw the jitters. I want to see those adjustments in game two. Because if the Wolves can come back and win game two, then we're gonna really have ourselves a series. I did pick OKC Thunder winning this 7 games because I feel that this was gonna go all the way to 7 games. I feel that the Wolves wasn't tested too much in the first 2 rounds, and now they have their hands full with a team that constantly make all types of adjustments after losses. They are just always making adjustments, and it's just showing. It's really showing, and the key on adjustments. Even after wins, they make adjustments. This team, I don't know. It just seems like, I know it's one game. It just seems like they have what it takes to go to the finals. And man, I'm really excited for this matchup. Because you're, for the most part, look, just all the players, the Knicks and Pacers, and now the Thunder and the Timberwolves. We're gonna have a new champion. right? There's going to be a new champion this year, right? And I like it. I like that. I could say this era, you could say I'm seeing the 2020s is going to be multiple first time champions. There won't be no dynasties. I feel that the dynasties is going to be, if the dynasty doesn't happen organically, meaning you have two top 10 stars, on the same team, and they're going to be going at it, the title for a while, and also have a culture in place with a head coach and other things. But I don't feel like that. It's just ever changing NBA. Is always trades and moves and things like that. So is this is what people want in the league. But we know from history that dynasties in the NBA has made the NBA a lot of money. So, but on that point, we will get a new champion this year. We'll get a new NBA champion this year, and this is just a good feeling. This is a good feeling for like the casual fans and other fans and things like, oh look, my team possibly could have some hope in being a champion, which a lot of times wasn't the case because the dominant teams, people stacking up, or dynasties are building and they're just stopping multiple teams from ever achieving that or one goal to win a championship. But yeah, this is, like I said, this is a great matchup. I want to see the adjustments that the Minnesota Timberwolves is going to make. Will they try to put Ant on the baseline or on the sides of the court, or have him, look out front and just have a bunch of shooters out there so they could key on different things and have them operate in those spaces instead of having them operate in the court, and then you have the one defender, then you're cutting off driving lanes, and also they can be there for the skip pass to the open shooter, because the shooter won't be too open because Ant's ability to get to where he needs the space between the second defender and the open guy Ant is going to hit, the guy's going to be still there. So they got to find a way for him to operate, either try to be a scorer or try to do some two-man game. But you can't have five guys. Five guys can't look at him at the top of the key, because then everybody knows where everyone is at. You gotta get their vision to look at, okay, I gotta look at my man because I can't look at Ant at that spot. So they gotta figure out different ways to have maximize Anthony Edwards. But this is NBA One Takes Pretty Boy Laker, and I'm out.